A potential new Far Cry 6 expansion and Game of the Year edition have been leaked. Previous installments of the franchise have received periodic DLC drops, allowing the player to see different perspectives or experience different stories in the Far Cry universe. Examples include allowing the player to take on the role of a young Wendell Riedler in the Vietnam War as he attempts to rescue his squad and evacuate before being overtaken by enemy soldiers in the Far Cry 5 Hours of Darkness DLC. So far, the only DLC released for Far Cry 6 has been episodic releases Collapse, Control, and Insanity. Fans of the franchise have had a few options when purchasing the game, including a Standard, Deluxe, Gold, and Ultimate Edition. Purchasing a more expensive edition of the game gives automatic access to both DLC and, in some cases, exclusive bonus content. As reported by Video Games Chronicle, a potential leak has revealed that Far Cry 6 is going to be getting a Game of the Year edition, along with a new expansion titled Lost Between Worlds. The leak comes from known Microsoft leaker Aggiornamenti Lumia, who shared an image of the Game of the Year upgrade pass on Twitter. At the time of this writing, there has been no official confirmation on either the Game of the Year pass or the expansion. Far Cry 6 leak hints of possible expansion Lost Between Worlds DLC can expand Far Cry's world and build upon characters that would otherwise be simple NPCs on the sideline with some interesting details. An entire expansion could add much-needed depth to the already released Far Cry 6. If a Game of the Year edition is released, it would be new for the Far Cry series, with previous games receiving gold editions, but not going so far as to release a GOTY edition. An expansion a year later is not unheard of for Far Cry, as the expansion Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon was released in 2013, while the base game was released in 2012. The previous DLC for Far Cry 6, Vaz Insanity, allowed fans to play as the villain himself, while the other DLC allowed similar experiences with Pagan and Joseph. This leads to speculation on what an expansion titled Lost Between Worlds could hold in store. Far Cry has been a successful franchise since the first initial game release in 2004. A new expansion for Far Cry 6 would be on par with a structure that developer Crytek Studios has followed before, with DLC being released a while after the game. The expansion could include any number of stories for the player to follow, as previous DLCs have varied greatly on expanding the universe, creating developed worlds, and leading to discussion about which Far Cry game ranks above the others in the long-running franchise. Source: Aggiornamenti Lumia Twitter Video Games Chronicle.